Hi there, Machedo speaking to you from Machedo.com. Who's Machedo and Think Personal Branding. The date today is 21st May 2018. Time right now is 6:42 in the evening. Alright, I got this question from a job seeker based in Dubai who asked me, Lloyd, what are the ways the employer can take advantage of you, or what are the games employees can play with you in Dubai, UAE, or the Gulf region? Okay, so I put 13 points all together, and I'm just going to share with you randomly. Now remember this, that this is not like the hard and fast rule that every employee is going to do that, but there is a very strong possibility the majority of them do this. Okay, the majority can do this and may do it. Okay, so the first one is the employer will play with your visa. What do I mean by that? When you come on a tourist visa, or when you come on a visit visa, you're not actually allowed to look out for a job. You're not allowed to start working. But most of the employees, what they do is they will give you the job and then they'll put you on a temporary position, or they'll say that we are processing your visa papers. Now, here's where they can play with you. How they can play with you, they'll tell you, okay, we have taken your papers here and we are processing it. And let's say, for example, he agreed for a salary of 10,000 dirhams. Now, once he starts processing it, what he's actually doing is he's looking at you, how do you work? He's looking, are you worth 10,000 or what is it? And he's studying your character. So let's say your visa is for a month, it's valid for a month or 2 months. By the time it comes to near the expiration date, okay, nearly to the expiration date, all of a sudden he'll tell you, we try to process your papers, but things are not working out, or, we don't find it so feasible. It's like you stopped looking out for other jobs, you stopped looking out for other options, and now, you planned out everything thinking that you already had a job, that you had a confirmation. He can even give you a letter stating that you're confirmed or you have the job, but he'll not honor it. What can you do? You can't take him to court. So that is where he'll tell you, listen, if you really want the position, we can renegotiate. I can give you 8,000 others, forget it. Now he knows, because he studied your character, he knows that maybe you're desperately looking out for a job, or you don't have any option, you don't want to go back home, and that is where he can really play with your, visa. So be careful. Most of the visas, they literally just take around 1 week, but if they really want to play with you, they'll take it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. They'll just give you all bullshit stories here and there. So the first one is they can play around with your visa. Second one, they can play around with you legally. Keep this in mind. You are an expat, you are an individual, you are an employee. You don't have the money, you don't have the resources, you don't have the power, you don't have the contacts, you don't have the lawyers, to fight a court case against a guy who runs a full-fledged business. So if he really wants to fuck your happiness, he can do that easily. Like, he can make a court case against you. He can, if you take him to the labor office and complain against him. I have got so many emails from people who have been fucked, absolutely fucked by the employer. So he can play around with you legally. Remember, he has the resources to get the best legal team to make sure he makes your life miserable. He can say anything. You can't take him to court. Remember this. Number 3 is, the minute you sign the dotted line, the minute you sign labor contract with him to join your company, you're under his mercy. That's official. So no matter how you might put it across, he has you by the balls, okay? So the minute you sign the contract, you're under him. And he will also, this is not legal, but it's done by majority of the companies, he will take your passport. So then you're landlocked, you can't do anything. And if you go to the ministry or go anywhere else, he'll fuck up your life even more. Point number 4, how employers take advantage of you is, he can promise you many things. He can tell you, after 3 months, we'll review your progress. After 6 months, we'll increase your salary. After 9 months, we'll give you family status. After 12 months, we'll do this. He can promise you the sun, moon, and stars, but then he is not obligated to give you that. He can even give it to you verbally. He can give it to you in writing. Anything. He doesn't need to honor it. And trust me, you can't take him to court. So whatever he promises you with a futuristic date, he'll never honor it. Point number 5, and trust me, they do that, huh? They do that. They'll promise you, after 3 months, after you prove yourself, we'll increase the salary. That's all bullshit. Point number 5, this one, pay attention. If he wants to fuck up your happiness, and he really wants to do it, when you're not performing, he'll send you a letter. He'll send you an email stating, we are not happy with your services. We're not happy with this. Is a warning letter, number 1. And maybe you didn't do anything. Maybe you are performing very well. Maybe you didn't even receive this email. Maybe he sent it and made sure that you didn't receive it in your inbox. He will send 2, 3 of these, and the day he feels he doesn't need you, or the day he feels he wants to jack you, he will use these emails with their date, stating as evidence that he had given you written warnings and you didn't perform. So even if you perform for 6 months and 2 months you didn't perform, he'll use the 2 months that you didn't perform against you. Because the months you performed, you don't sign that I performed the targets. So when the months you don't perform, he might even take your signature and say, sign here. So you'll sign, and it's actually you acknowledging that you didn't perform. Okay, so be careful of that. Point number 6 is illegal deductions. This, not majority, but many companies do that. At least some. They will deduct fines from you. They will deduct parking, petrol. They will deduct extra charges by the government. They will even take maybe visa money from you, which is not legal. This happens. They might even say, this is your processing fee. Many of them do that. When I was running a company, I was taking visa money from these people. I was taking charges, well, because I could. Okay, so this is one thing which they do, which they're not supposed to do. But many companies take it so that you're obligated to stick to the 3 years. Others people just join and then they leave. So this one is the illegal deduction. Point number 7 is the take it or leave it approach. If he knows that you're come down with your family, if he knows that you are, you need the job more than him, and he knows that you don't have the balls to say no, he'll just give it a take it or leave it kind of ultimatum. And most of the time, the employers, they're desperate and they know that they can't do anything. So he can give you a manager's cabin, a manager's job, manager's position, give you all the power and authority. And after you bring your family, you're settled down, he'll tell you, I'm sorry, you didn't perform well. Now you're relegated to a small cabin, not a cabin, an open desk, a small chair, no car, no petrol, no nothing. Take it or leave it. Then you really get jacked because your wife is there, your children are studying, you've just settled down, you've told everyone. So where do you go? Point number 9, he can break his promises, you can't break yours. For example, if you don't achieve your target for the month, he will get jacked. If you don't report to the office on time, you get jacked. If you don't meet the expectations, you're jacked. But he can delay your salary. He'll say, try to understand, support us for 1 month, 2 months. He can not give you what he promised and says, I'll give you a promotion after 6 months. He doesn't give you. I'll give you a raise after 1 year. He doesn't give you. I'll give you family status. Doesn't give you. So he can, he gets away with a free hand. You don't. So that's one more thing you need to, point number 9. Point number 10, keep this in mind strongly. If you resign, you say goodbye to many benefits. But if he terminates you, he has to pay you a severance package and you get a better deal. So do not resign. Let him terminate you. Do not resign. Remember, if you resign, you're in deeper trouble. So many of them even play this game where they push your button so bad, they push you to resign because they don't want to give you the benefits. Point number 11, employer. He can easily have a court case against you. He can easily jack your life. So it's always recommended you're in the good books. Even until you resign, until you get a new job, until you're settled down, don't get into the bad books because he can just, ruin your life if he really wants to ruin your life. I'm telling you this. Point number 11. Point number 12, I told you, they'll take away your passport, which is the most illegal thing that they're supposed to do. They take away your passport, which is a custom I can never understand, and they still do it. And point number 13, last but not the least, is if he wants to put a ban on you, a labor ban or a work ban or whatever ban, he can put a ban on you, and there's nothing you can do about it, and that can destroy your life of coming back to Dubai or settling down or anything else. So be careful. So these are the 13 ways an employer can really fuck up your happiness. The thumb rule is, please, when you're working there in Dubai, remember you come there to earn money. You come there to earn a livelihood. Don't get too close to an Arab local Muslim. Never get close, because the closer you get to someone in power, the more dangerous it is. You just come there to earn money. Since you want to be an employee, put your head down, work. You'll be asked to work more hours than what you're being paid for. You'll be asked to come during off days. You'll be given all bullshit like, we have this target, you have to work, whatever. Just make your money, and if things are not working out, resign, without burning bridges, resign and get out. And if he's related to the Sheikh or the Sheikh family, do not, under any circumstance, get on their bad books. Just do your stuff, resign, and when you can get out, get out. But keep this in mind, if they're from the ruling family or powerful family, if you're working for them, if they don't want to let you go, you're stuck. I know of one guy personally who was stuck there after resigning, after 2 years more he had to work, and that also, whatever was promised to him, he was given almost 40%. That means 60% less. He was not given the profits that he was promised. He was not. None of the contractual agreements was honored. He wasted, I think, 5 years of his life, and at the end, he finally moved away. He's still friends with me online. So I'm telling you this: be careful, because if especially you're going to a Muslim country, Arab Muslim country. I'm not saying all of them are bad, but where power is given, they can use it against you. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Put your comments. I'd love to hear from you. This is Loy from LoyMachedo.com saying goodbye for now. Take care.